All right, welcome to the Week 6 preview, Ruffled Feather Sports. As always, I'm Justin Ross Kelly, joined to you by BJ from the Griddle. How you doing tonight, BJ?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me again.
No problem, no problem. Thursday night football's tonight. Starts in approximately 25-ish minutes. You got
Yeah,
the
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the lowly, as some people would call them, Broncos. No matter what happens this season, people are gonna think of the team that got 70 put on their head against the
Lowly.
Kansas City against the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's why I said I want to poke the bear a little bit because I know we've talked about this a little bit, but you're leaning in a direction that I think most people aren't leaning in this.
I'm not. I'm taking the Broncos country. Let's ride. Hey, I ain't got a problem with Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelsey or Isaiah Pacheco. Help Isaiah Pacheco's on my fantasy team, but you just can't look past the fact the Broncos offense has looked better than the Chiefs offense this year. It's going to come down to which defense can bend but not break.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. We were kind of talking about the Chiefs, and you mentioned in passing, like, well, the Chiefs haven't really looked that great this year outside of one game. And I'll be honest with you, I after looking into it and pulling up the games and the scores, you're not wrong. Every team that they've played has played them tough, with the exception, I think, of maybe one. Um, and to also your point, Denver's offense, despite getting blown out in a couple games, despite losing a lot of games, they haven't looked bad offensively. The
They have the
problem here,
number 8 offense in the entire league right now.
yeah, I think the problem is the
Russell
defense.
Wilson is playing good football. It's their defense that is struggling. And I think, they got tired of getting punched in the mouth, and I think they come out here and they pull out an upset victory against the Super Bowl champions.
Well, I'll say this. If I don't know if Travis Kelsey's playing tonight, have we got an update on that? I'm not sure, but if he's
Uh, Taylor Swift's there, he's playing.
oh, Taylor Swift's there, confirmed. He's going to shake it off. He's going to give it a go. That's and their wide receivers have been dog shit. If we call a spade, a strike, a ball, a ball. Their offensive wide receivers have not done Kansas City any favors. It's really been a couple guys step up for a place here, a couple guys step up for a player two here, but in totality, it's been really the Travis Kelsey show offensively as far as pass catchers go. Um, but on Denver's side, the only concern I have is they seem to be abandoning ship at the pass rusher position, right? They just got rid of Randy Gregory. They announced today that via trade or being released, Frank Clark, former Chief, he's going to be on the move at some point. Yeah, this defense is the issue. To your point, the offense has not played that bad. You look at the win loss column, you think they have, but not really.
And I'm just gonna have to stick to my guns.
Okay.
I don't think Russell Wilson has done bad this year.
Okay.
I It's gonna come down to whether Denver Broncos defense can bend but not break, and I know it's not looking good for them, but I think they just have to come out here and be more physical than the Chiefs defense. They
Yeah,
can do
that'll do
that.
it.
If the Chiefs can almost lose to the Jets, anything is possible.
I feel you. I feel you. So final decision. You're going Broncos.
Broncos.
Okay, Broncos country. He's going to ride. I'm going to stick with the same people around the country. I'm going to say the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not sure if I'm going to be like Kill over here says Chiefs by 100, but I think the Chiefs will pull it out. There was I think it was one of the sportscasters or one of those daytime personality guys who was talking, saying, "Dude, every single thing that could go the Chiefs' way has gone the Chiefs' way, call wise. I don't see that stopping anytime soon. Anytime soon." But all right, moving on. Next game that we wanted to talk about, San Francisco 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Now, I believe most of us are under the assumption that Deshaun Watson, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Last I heard, he threw, but he hasn't practiced. And the way that their quarterback looked, previous weeks, I feel like they know that they need him. The question is, are they going to have him?
I don't think he shows up for this week. I think he sits out one more week. I heard something around the league today that the coach said it's going to be up to his decision whether he plays or not. I think he has a shoulder injury. But if Njoku can play with facial burns, I think this dude could suck it up.
No, I agree. Especially because if I'm not mistaken, it's his non-throwing shoulder.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
Because
think that
I'm
is
pretty
the case.
sure because he went into. I'm pretty sure even if it is his throwing shoulder, we're talking about a guy who's making some of the highest guaranteed money around the National Football League. If you're making that kind of money, you don't have to worry about seeking a contract or anything of that nature. Sometimes you just got to suck it up and play. You know what I mean? If Aaron Rodgers can say things like, I might be back this year, and he could push himself for that for the Jets, when you're 2-2 in the middle of, regardless of losing to Baltimore, losing to Pittsburgh, the teams they have lost to, they're still right there in the division at 2-2. The Ravens and the Steelers are 3-2, leading it. They can be right there with us, and it's a tough opponent. I mean, we're talking about San Francisco, 5-0.
Right. Yeah. And the San Francisco is 5-0, and Brock Purdy is him. He is him. The lowest paid quarterback in the league, and he's doing wonders for the 49ers. But not to take away from him, but George Kittle, they have Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel. The offense is just loaded, and their defense ain't no slouch either. Uh, I really, I'm going to have to take the 49ers. I think the Browns have a stacked defense, but it's their offense that's lacking. I don't think they score enough points to win the
Yeah,
game.
I feel like I'm with you on that one, and the reason I say it is kind of Kyle Shanahan. Uh, a lot of people want to draft the quarterback, right? They draft the quarterback, and then they try to use their draft picks later on to surround that guy with weapons. San Francisco's done it the opposite way, and it's proven to be a successful way. They're going to get as many weapons as they can, and then try to get a quarterback. And they got an unlikely one here in Brock Purdy, who's done nothing but succeed. He's the first, my understanding, he's the first quarterback in NFL history to start his starting reign, so to speak, 5-0 in both those seasons. 5-0 when he took over for San Francisco last year, and 5-0 to start this year. He is a phenomenal decision maker more than anything else. He doesn't do anything great, but he does everything well. And
Right.
he's a phenomenal quarterback from that
And he
aspect.
does
He's
not
not
make mistakes.
right. He does not turn the ball over. He does exactly what that offense requires him to do. And people around the league are talking about it, and I think we should talk about it too. Uh, MVP race. He needs to be a discussion. He's not as sexy as a Patrick Mahomes, and he's not as sexy as a
Uh,
Lamar Jackson, but he's putting up the numbers. He's putting them up.
Hold on, Shannon. Hold on. I'm going to stop you right there. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was Shannon Sharp and damn Skip Bayless for a second. No, I don't think the man. He doesn't make mistakes, but he's not an elite superstar. I don't take him for MVP. No, no, not MVP.
All I'm gonna say is this. All I'm gonna say is this. If you put all the quarterbacks statistically up and covered their names, didn't tell you who they were, what team they played for, who they did it against, you're sitting there and you're looking at a guy who already has over 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 123.1 QBR. That's pretty damn impressive for anybody,
Let me
let
ask
alone
this. Let
Mr.
me ask
Relevant.
this. Can an MVP be a rookie?
Well, yes, it can. It's unheard of, but it can. Also, he's technically not a rookie because he played last year for him.
I'm not talking about him.
Oh, okay. Then who
I'm
are we talking
talking
about?
about CJ fucking Stroud putting up
Okay.
Madden numbers. You cannot tell me this man's not out here. He is him as well. Come on, Justin. Come on.
No, you're not wrong because he has. He's
With
put up
less
great numbers.
talent. With less
He
talent.
a lot less. A lot less. Let's be honest. No disrespect for the Houston Texans, but a lot less talent. But I think the difference here, and people are going to say it, can you have an MVP? Like if you put the two teams tied, right? Like two statistical quarterbacks. I hate to say it, but they're going to lean towards the guy that's 5-0. They're going to lean
Why
towards the
does
guy who's got a
why does a
successful team.
quarterback have to be MVP? Why does a quarterback have to be MVP?
Well, running backs have been MVP before. It's happened. It's just more of a
Because
rarity.
at this point, Christian McCaffrey.
I mean,
That man's
McCaffrey's
a freak.
has put up a lot of money. I agree, but let's just be honest. To have a running back, I think the last running back doing it was who? Sean Alexander, and that's because the Seattle Seahawks ran the ball 16,000 times that year. So I mean, I get what you're saying. I completely understand. McCaffrey's a phenomenal athlete. He's a phenomenal running back,
I got a hot take
pass
real quick,
catcher.
but I think
Okay,
we
hot
should go
take.
to the next one after this.
Okay.
We go to the next team. We're burning time. All right. I think MVP, Heisman, all that, you have to stop adding so many receiving the passing yards. That ball from when the quarterback throws it to when the receiver catches it is his passing yards. Counting the yards after he starts running with it should not be tacked on with the quarterback. That's
So we're
wrong.
saying it's. Do you say you give it to the quarterback as a separate category, or do you not give it to the quarterback at all?
The yards that he throws until the receiver catches it should be his yards. A quarterback's uh the word
Passing
escapes me.
yards.
Not passing yards, but success should not be marked off of their passing yards. If Tom Brady throws it 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, and then damn Randy Moss ran it down the field for 99, that should not count for a Tom Brady 990 or 99-yard
Yards.
touchdown.
I get what you're saying. That's a bold take. It's a bold take.
It
I don't
should
know
be
how
more
people are going to
success
feel
off of
about
their
it.
percentage
I get
completion.
what you're saying. If that's the case, then they also need to do if a quarterback hits somebody in the hands and they pop it up in the air and it gets picked off, it shouldn't count as an interception for them.
100%. 100%.
Okay, I agree. If you're gonna break it down by what's actually theirs, what's actually not theirs, I completely understand where you're coming from.
Justin, we're in 2023. What's adding a couple more lines to the stats bar?
Yeah, I mean,
What
why not? They have literally machines that are telling us how fast people ran at certain points and what's the likelihood of this that would have been a catch and he caught it anyway. So why not? Right? They got computers to
right.
track all that shit. Why not?
All right, let's move on. Let's go.
All
Let's move
right,
on.
moving on. Next, we got the Minnesota Vikings, who I think, by any stretch of the imagination, are having what most people would call a disappointing year. Going against the Chicago Bears, who have also had what many would call a disappointing year, but there is kind of a beacon of hope there. What are your thoughts on this one?
Uh, I'm going to go ahead and lead towards the Bears. They had a great game against the Commanders last week. Justin Fields and DJ Moore, if they replicate that, that's great if they're able to make those completions. However, now that they've made that connection and people are going to be trying to double team DJ Moore to stop that from happening, it opens up stuff for other people. I just think the coaching staff needs to let Justin Fields play as Justin Fields and not try and make him somebody else that he's not. Um, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how much long Kirk Cousins is going to be with the Vikings. I know around the league right now they're talking about trade talks.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. He seems like he's like a super likable guy, but people hate him at quarterback. And I don't think he's a. It just doesn't make the Kirk Cousins thing in Minnesota has just never made sense to me. And the reason I say that is because I feel like he's a good quarterback. He just hasn't gotten it done. I completely think Minnesota completely fucked up when they got rid of Dalvin Cook. I think that was stupid. They should have paid him. Now he's wasting away in New York. They were a completely different offense, but they did do a good job, I think, going out and getting Cam Akers, who has kind of slowly been worked into that offense. The big question, of course, is how good is this team without Justin Jefferson? Um, but I'm gonna say this: the Bears are going to bear, and I think they'll find
Bears
a
are
way to.
gonna
I think they're going to find a way to blow this game. I really do. They're one
the
and four
Bears.
for they're 1-4 for a reason. Even when Justin Fields has looked like, dude, this guy could be an MVP with the way he plays. When you just let him do his thing, they find ways to lose games. Minnesota they're both 1-4, but I have a feeling Minnesota, as they get Cam Akers more involved, it could take some of that pressure off of Kirk Cousins a little bit. They're gonna start to win a couple games, especially ones that they should win, like Chicago. This is a division game as well, which plays a part in it. So I'm gonna go Minnesota.
I'm going Bears.
All right.
Going
All right,
Bears.
moving on. We're going to talk about the Lions and the Bucks. I think some people thought that the Lions, after the way they played a lot of hard nosed football last year, were going to be a successful team. Not too many people were expecting Baker Mayfield to come in here and redeem himself and revitalize his career. What do you think about this one going into good old Tampa for the Lions?
I think Baker Mayfield may have found his home. He's looked good. He's played good. He has Mike Evans there to toss the ball to and other weapons. I think, as I said it earlier this week, they're my dark horse for a wild card for the playoffs. Let's see how they play against the Lions. The Lions are tough, and I am taking the Lions to win this game. But I think Baker Mayfield does stand a chance to upset my pick, if I do
Yeah,
say myself.
I completely agree that the Lions are the better team in my opinion. I think David Montgomery at the this frustration of Gibbs fantasy owners has been phenomenal. He really has. He's a guy who was an okay running back with the Chicago Bears. He goes to the Lions and thinks, okay, well he's a good little backup for Gibbs, and it has turned out that you give this guy a workload, he's a workhorse. On the opposite side, I feel like it's the lack of pressure in Tampa Bay that has allowed Baker Mayfield to kind of just throw caution to the wind, be himself, and do what he does. I think when he went into Cleveland, Cleveland is such a place that has been just beat down and bullied for such a long time that the pressure was all on Baker Mayfield to revitalize an entire franchise. No one expected Baker Mayfield to, be the next apparent person to come in after Tom Brady and have success. And the fact that he's doing it, I feel like just shows that the pressure's off him. He's able to be him. They have weapons. They have a solid defense already. We're talking about a team that's 3 years removed from being a Super Bowl team, and it hasn't lost a whole lot, to be honest. And Baker's able to go in there and he's able to flourish, and that's why I'll be honest. I'm taking the Bucks in this one. I'm gonna take the Bucks to up to and you're if you're gonna say the line, I think they can upset the Lions. I really do. I really
Oh,
do.
I 100%. This was a hard pick for me because I've really liked how Baker Mayfield's played. We're not seeing NFL Browns Baker Mayfield. We're seeing prime time college level Baker Mayfield when he was in his heyday, and he's back in it, baby. But I don't think it's enough. I don't think with David Montgomery, Jared Goff,
They got
I
weapons.
don't think they can stop him. I don't
The
think they can
The
stop him.
Lions do have weapon and they're well coached, but on the flip side of that, of course, so is Tampa Bay. So I feel you. I think like that's all the games we wanted to really touch on, except for one more. Let's talk about one more. Okay. Some people would say, I've heard people say this to me not too long ago. Why would we even talk about this one? Eagles Jets. And the reason I bring it up is the Jets have played some good defense down the stretch, and their offense is really starting to not only form an identity but get some traction. The Eagles are without a doubt top two teams in the NFC, but this ain't the NFC. This is in New York. This is a hard nosed football team in the Jets that have really started to find their identity. Do you think they have a shot against the Eagles, or is that just I'm just blowing smoke?
Oh man, that's gonna be tough just because of the Jets did play the Chiefs hard the other day. Played them hard nose, head down football. But like I said earlier, the Chiefs haven't been playing like the Chiefs play.
So you're saying
But
that that game had more to do with the Chiefs than it really had to do with the Jets?
I'm torn. I'm torn between two things. Either the Chiefs just are sleepwalking through the schedule,
Right?
or Zach Wilson was that man and can be that man.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
this game is going to have to define it for me because, I mean, you agreed with me. The Chiefs haven't been playing good defense.
Oh well, they haven't been playing good on either side of the ball, to be
Oh
honest.
yeah,
But yeah,
true, true.
I agree. I feel like their lack of wide receivers is really starting to hurt them, and we always just think of okay, they won. You look at the Chiefs, you really just look at wins losses. But if you really get into it, you're not wrong. They haven't played very well.
So I mean, this game is going to be extremely telling for Zach Wilson and the Jets. See if he can continue with that success. Let's see if he continues with the maturity. I will, however, be taking the Eagles because my boy Jason Kelsey and the brotherly shove. They can't. It hasn't been stopped yet. I think it's been stopped once, and they ain't gonna stop it again. I love you,
I'm a,
Zach Wilson, but taking the Eagles.
I'm calling the upset. I'm calling the upset. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. All right, this team has played very well defensively. Period. Opening day, they hold the Bills to 16 points. They lost to the Cowboys. I think it was their first week having Zach Wilson be the starter. A little bit of jitters there. They barely lose to the Patriots 15. They hold even if they only scored 10, right? They held the Patriots to 15 points. That's still a respectable number to hold an NFL team to. We talk about how they got absolutely fucked against the Chiefs, despite playing phenomenal. and they did exactly what they were supposed to do against the Broncos. They put up 31 points, held the Broncos to 21. I'm calling for the upset here. I say that Zach Wilson has shown the maturity. We're talking about a guy, and I even talked to you when we were watching that game. We're talking about a guy who wouldn't take the blame for shit after a game. Now you see him on the sideline being consoled by his teammates saying, dude, that one was on me. That was my bad. I messed that up. You know what I mean? He has definitely grown as a person, and he's continuing to grow as a player. And that, for those reasons, the Eagles going into New York, where the Chiefs even struggled, and I know you're saying they had more to do with the Chiefs than the Jets. I think they have just enough to make the miracle happen.
No. Hey,
They have just enough to make it happen.
Hold on, Justin. Hold on. I'm clarifying myself for the stream, for YouTube, for anybody else out there right now that cares about what the hell we're talking about. Zach Wilson, once again, has to step up and prove himself, because after my revelation from last night or 2 nights ago, I need to know whether it's the Chiefs not chiefing or if Zach Wilson is that man.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to come down to. I mean,
no, but you make valid points. I feel like, I have this guttural, you know what I mean? When it comes to the Jets defense, that's the defense here that everybody wants to focus so much on Zach Wilson and the shortcomings of that offense. That defense is good. It's a good defense.
It is. And you don't use Breece Hall.
Yeah, they don't use him nearly as much. They sure as hell don't use Dalvin Cook enough, in my opinion, as well. Well, those are the games we wanted to highlight, right? So I think what we should do is go around, just, see who wants to pick who. I'll bring up the game, and you tell me who's going to win, your opinion. I'll tell you who's going to win in mine. The first one, let's just get this over with. We already know where I'm going with this one. It's London football. It's Ravens-Titans. I'm going Ravens. I feel like Derrick Henry has not looked Derrick Henry-esque. I don't see him having jet lag thrown into the mix is going to help him any better. I got the Ravens winning this one over the Titans.
Okay. I agree. We agree for once. The Ravens over the Titans just because they don't have a identity. They've been splitting up Derrick Henry's runs with, I think it's Tajee Spears.
Yeah.
Tajee Spears has more touches than Derrick Henry now. And it's just not a good team. It's not a good team. I'm taking Ravens.
All right. Next, we're going to go Panthers, Dolphins. What's your take on this one?
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Dolphins. I'm sorry. The Panthers ran into a damn track team.
Yeah.
And even with Achane, they're still going to.
Even with him out, I feel like they still have enough weapons to overcome any obstacle thrown at the Panthers. I think everyone said, hey, why don't you draft Bryce Young? He's going to be great. And everyone said, damn, dude, you're listed at 5'11". Why do you look 5'6"? And I think that's the problem going on in Carolina. He hasn't looked good. As far as any of the quarterbacks who have started this year, as far as any of the rookies who you see on the field so far that are top draft picks, he's looked the worst out of any of them. He's got talent around him. I don't want to hear excuses. I'm going to go Dolphins. Dolphins easily. Saints, Texans. Now, we all know Killa wants the Saints to win, but I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. The Texans are playing good football. If Tank Dell, he's ruled out, right? He's not playing.
Still up in there.
Still up in the air. Even though CJ Stroud has looked phenomenal. The Saints, however, with Kamara, look a lot better. Without a doubt. I mean, you missing a piece like that to get him back is phenomenal. But I think the difference here is the fact that it's in Texas, not in New Orleans. So that's why I'm gonna take the Texans. I'll be honest with you.
Houston's really not that far from. Houston's really not that far from New Orleans.
It's not even about the travel. It's about the atmosphere. It's about they're both playing domes, so I'm not even worried about that part of it. I'm just saying that it's a different atmosphere to be on the road. It is a home. There's a such thing as home field advantage, and I think the Texans are going to do just enough to get this done. It'll be close, but I'm taking the Texans. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Texans. I'm sorry,
he said all that just to say I'm taking the Texans.
Skip Bayless on your ass, bitch. No, but the Texans, because Derek Carr is he even back yet?
Ooh, yes,
is he even back? He is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, Alvin Kamara, yeah, great ball player. Ball player. I don't think they've been using Olave enough. Uh,
I'll agree with that.
but dude, the Texans, they might have a losing record right now, but I'm telling you, by the end of Sunday, they're going to be 3-3 because CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, that I think they have a chance to win this game, and they're gonna seize that chance. Let's talk about the Commanders and the Falcons.
Ooh, Beefy's favorite quarterback in the league. Sorry, BJ's favorite quarterback in the league, Sam Howell. Tell you what, if you play as the Commanders in Madden, it's a whole different ballgame. I'll tell you that much right now. You really get a feel for that team, and Sam Howell has it, but he's not going to have it this week. I'm taking Atlanta. Desmond Riddler, the Riddler. I know it's Desmond Riddler, but I like the Riddler. Bijan Robinson, an absolute phenomenal talent. They just traded for Van Jefferson from the Rams. Obviously, he's probably not going to play a lot in his first game. But I'll be honest, I just like what the Falcons are trying to build. They're trying to build something. The Commanders kind of said, "Oh, we don't need to get a quarterback. We got Sam Howell." But they don't really let him try to stretch. I don't know if they don't let him try to stretch the field or he just can't stretch the field. Either way, for this one, I'm taking Atlanta. I don't think it's going to be a great game. It's going to probably be a close game, but I'm taking Atlanta on this one.
I'm gonna have to follow suit with the Atlanta. I'm gonna have to take the Falcons. They got Bijan Robinson. I think Ritter comes back, plays better than he has in the past couple weeks. Uh, I mean, maybe their tight end can pick it up and put it back together because he's just been shit in the bed recently. But yeah, no, the Falcons, that's just an easy pick overall. I think Sam Howell just can't throw the ball past 10, 15 yards or is afraid to, or maybe they're just not letting him. Why Terry McLaurin is going with only 4 or 5 targets a game is why you're losing.
No, I agree, 100%. He's your number one receiver. Should not have to wait to the fourth quarter to get 4 of those 5 targets either. That's the real issue. It's not that he had 5 targets; it's that you wait till the end to get him those 5 targets. So that's a problem. Shifting gears here, I'll talk about it. Revenge game, Beefy. Colts Jags, and the reason I say revenge game is it looks like Gardner Minshew is going to be starting against his former team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Minshew 2-0, playing as the starter for the Colts, going against Trevor Lawrence, pretty boy, sunshine. Who do you got in this one?
Dick Ryder alert. No, I'm taking Trevor Lawrence, ETN. They're coming. They're coming back from London 2-0. They're feeling good. They're looking good. They are going to lay it down to the Colts because they're having an identity crisis in the backfield with Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss. Gardner Minshew is an average quarterback. Anthony Richardson in this game, it's a different story. Gardner Minshew, no. Jags all day.
I'm going to say, fuck that noise. This is going to be, when you say identity crisis in the backfield, that implies that, hey, the Colts have 2 guys, they don't know who want to run the ball, but neither of them are getting it done. Zach Moss is getting it done. That motherfucker's been phenomenal. Jonathan Taylor needs to get reincorporated. I agree. But you know what? You ride the hot hand while he's still hot. And just for that reason, I just don't see the Jaguars being able to shut down Zach Moss or Jonathan Taylor enough to put all the pressure on Gardner Minshew. I got the Colts winning this one. I got to win it pretty handily, to be honest with you.
Dick Ryder. I'm just kidding. No, that's a good pick for some good reasons. I just think if they're going to have to figure it out.
Okay.
If Jonathan Taylor's going to be your number one, he's going to have to be your number one. I don't know. Time will tell, but I'm a man of my word. I'm going Jags.
You're just worried about that the Colts haven't figured enough positions out at key spots. I get what you're saying.
And I've got Evan Ingram as my tight end this week.
Okay, so he's biased. Dude, I picked the Colts and I have Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley on my team. So fuck, I still picked the Colts.
Let's keep rolling. Patriots and Raiders. Who you got?
Ooh, I'll tell you what. Patriots have a problem. They have a problem. The problem is Mac Jones is not very good. And they compound that problem with Mac Jones also has nobody worth a fuck to throw to. You combine those 2 problems, they're a very one-dimensional football team that wants to be a 2-dimensional team, but doesn't have the talent to do it. Solid defense, not great. Solid defense, below average offense. However, the Raiders, with Jimmy Garoppolo, do the same thing that the Commanders do with Sam Howell, and it's they don't throw the ball to their best player until the game is almost over. But
100%.
at least they have, but at least they have the player, and that's why I'll take the Raiders because neither of them are worth a damn on offense. But at least the Raiders have that guy. Whether they use him is up in the air. So I'm gonna take the Raiders.
I'm gonna say a couple things. This game, it's gonna go one of two ways for me. It's gonna be whichever team sucks less,
Okay.
or it's gonna be Jimmy Garoppolo figures it out and throws it to Devontae Adams.
Which means they would suck
Myers
less.
is a great wide receiver, but
Yeah.
you cannot wait to throw to Devontae Adams. The man's open when he's single covered, even sometimes when he's double covered. He's open. Throw him the ball. Let
Yeah,
him be the playmaker
you got to give him
you brought him
chances.
there to be.
I agree. You got to give him chances. So with that being said, are we leaning Raiders?
I'm leaning Raiders, yeah.
Yeah. All right, leaning Raiders on that one. All right, let's shift gears here to Seattle. Taking on the Bengals in Cincinnati. Seahawks,
Easy pick for
Bengals.
me.
Okay. Well, okay. Easy pick for you is?
Easy pick. Bengals.
Ooh. I don't know if there's anything easy about that pick, dude.
Joe motherfucking Breezy just had an interview and said he's feeling better than he has all season. So his calf injury is almost over. And Jamar Chase has had enough and said, "You better throw me the damn ball."
That is true. I mean, at least he started getting the ball to Jabbar Chase a little more. T. Higgins questionable in this one. Not sure if he's going to play or not. I think that's
I'm
a big
taking the
part of
Bengals,
it.
though.
I'm going to take Seattle. I think Seattle has a lot of weapons. Geno Smith is not the greatest. He's been good. But you know what? When you got Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Kenneth Walker, Noah Fant, a solid defense, you got all these weapons. They are the poor man's San Francisco 49ers. They have a bunch of weapons around a decent quarterback, and it makes him look better than he might actually be. For those reasons, and yeah, Joe Burrow's fucking calf is feeling better. No shit, dude. It's supposed to feel better every week. That doesn't mean it's healed. Give me Seattle. Give me Seattle. I got the Cincinnati Bengals dropping one at home, and the Seattle Seahawks taking this one. All right, what are you looking for over there, BJ?
I'm trying to see if I'm the crazy one or you're fucking crazy. Because I'm hearing some crazy shit in my ears right now. Saying Geno Smith is a bum. A bum. No, he's been okay, but I still take the Bengals.
All right, that's fair. All right, this one might be really lopsided. This team has confused the hell out of me all year, and I'm going to go with the Cardinals Rams.
Easy.
Cardinals Rams. You're gonna. I know where you're going. Where's he going? Where's he going with this one?
Where's he going? Where's he going? I won't let you know my next move.
Up, yeah.
No, but I'm going with the Rams. The Rams, 100%. They got Cooper Kupp back. They got Puka Nacua. Shit. I mean, it's just a stacked team, bro. He has targets to throw to, and is Eckler? He's healthy, right?
Different team. That's Chargers.
That's it. Oh shit, my bad. I get them confused just because
same blue jersey. Yeah, same blue jersey.
I get them confused. That's on me. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
But no, I'm still taking the Rams. I think Matt Stafford tossing the ball. Yeah, no, it's easy pick.
Yeah, I'm going Rams too. I don't see them getting beat by a guy who looks like he's doing his third stage of chemo. In Dobbs.
Oh my God.
He has no fucking eyebrows, and it bothers me.
Dude, that's a medical condition.
I'm just gonna say the Rams lost Cooper Kupp, and people were like, "The sky is falling, the sky is falling," and then Puka de Kuka, whatever the hell his name is, fucking burst onto the scene has been phenomenal. Then they got Cooper Kupp back, and this team was phenomenal with just Kupp. Now you get a guy to complement him as well as Puka has, and they're showing that, hey, yeah, we got Aaron Donald and nothing else, but all we need is Aaron Donald and nothing else. For those reasons, I too am taking the Los Angeles Rams to beat the Cardinals, who lost their starting running back too. They don't even know who the hell the running back's going to be this week with James Conner going down. So I think for all those reasons, I'm going Rams. It's also in LA. Easy pick for me.
All right, and we got two teams left. Which one you want to go to first?
Let's go Giants Bills, because the storyline in this one is Daniel Jones going to play?
Is Saquon Barkley going to play?
Yeah, dude, they have so many guys like questionable.
It's not going to be pretty. Josh Allen's going to sling the thing all over the field.
Yeah, they had. I feel like
Um,
if they had ran into the Bills like week 1 or week 2 when they really seem to not quite get it going, they have a shot in this one, even without Daniel Jones. I think their backup's Travis Taylor, um, but that's not going to be the case. The Bills are firing. The Bills have found success. The one thing the Bills have been missing for years is a running back, and James Cook has been phenomenal for them.
you're welcome.
So I think that the Bills, Bills Mafia, there's tables going to be broken all over Buffalo, New York this week. We're going to see debris of tables all over the fucking place because I think they're going to beat dog shit, the living dog shit out of
Put him
the
through a
Daniel
table.
Jones. Listen, and I'll tell you what, if I'm Saquon Barkley, my injury, even if I'm healthy, my injury is going to be flaring up a little bit this week. I doubt you're going to throw
Yeah.
me to the Wolves. You're going to throw me to the Wolves of the Bills without my starting quarterback this week. I got the Bills easily beating the Giants.
100%. I think it's not even going to be close. Not at all. Now, last game we want to talk about the
Yes, sprinkle some
Cowboys
salt.
and
Them
the
boys.
Chargers. Thoughts?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting. Chargers to me are a team that has weapons galore. They have talent galore, but they always seem to underachieve. They have question marks at key positions like is Austin Eckler going to play? I'm hearing that he's most likely going to. Um, then the Cowboys got absolutely embarrassed Sunday night against the Niners. The question is, do they take that, fuel that, and turn it into a comeback game against the Chargers?
When there's something
Problem.
crazy,
Go ahead, I want to hear.
the Dallas Cowboys are favored to win this game.
They're favored to win the game.
Yep.
That's I can't believe that. That's if that's the case, put your life savings on the Chargers. Put your life savings on the Chargers because let me tell you
Keenan
something.
Allen's coming off a bye week. He's feeling electric. He's looking electric. He literally wears lightning bolts on his shoulders and helmet.
Hear me out. And this might be a bold statement because
What's up?
Cowboys do have talent at the wide receiver position. I'm not saying they don't, uh, but Keenan Allen's better than anything that Dallas has going for it offensively. Just him alone is better than anything Dallas has going for it offensively. And then if you
I
get,
don't.
I
CeeDee
Lamb's
Lamb.
good. He's good.
If he
He's
had
good.
somebody throwing him the fucking ball.
But guess what? He don't. So for that reasons, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to go with the apparently not favored Chargers, and their running back coming back off his injury, Austin Eckler, just makes them even better. I'm going Chargers in this one. Cowboys Nation is going to be in trouble. The sky is going to be falling in Dallas come Tuesday morning. That's all you're going to see a lot of people talk about. They'll be calling in saying, "Oh, Mike McCarthy needs to go," which he does, and then a bunch of other stuff that needs to happen. But yeah, I'm going Chargers easily over the Cowboys.
Hands down. Hands down. Coming off a bye week. Dallas just got their ass whooped. I don't even think it's going to be close. All right. Well, okay. I'll give a prediction for this one.
Ooh,
I'll say 42-21.
got them beating them even more than what was the score for the San Francisco game? It was like 40.
You know what? You know what?
Let's
I'll
roll back
lower it a
that
little bit.
42. Yeah, let's roll back that 42. Look at 34.
38.
Okay, 38-21.
38-21.
If we're picking scores for this one, I'm gonna go 31-17. Chargers.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what I'm gonna go with. That's what I'm gonna go with. Um, all right. Well, I know Thursday Night Football is already underway. It should be by Beefy's count a great game. I'm sure it's probably
Yep.
0-0 at this point because it's probably the first drive of the game.
I
So shut
fucking
that.
hope so.
But that's gonna do it for us for this version this week. We'll be back again on Tuesday. Tuesday sound good to you there, BJ?
Yep. Sounds perfect.
Right. We'll do a weekly recap, talk about how the games panned out, how they did in different game, different weeks, different strategies, what went well, what went wrong, and how the Chiefs couldn't beat the Broncos. But
Let's
uh,
see. Let's see if Sam Howell's baby arm gets better. We'll see.
dude, we can only hope. I mean, the kid is what 6 starts into the NFL, so I'll give him a break. But I'm with you, Beefy. Looks like something's happening, but
Let's
all
go.
right,
Broncos
BJ.
country. Let's ride.
All right, BJ. Say goodbye to the people. Thank you for stopping by as always. I appreciate it, buddy.
Oh, not a problem. Thank you for having me. Everybody, stay classy, stay humble.
And try not to ruffle any feathers. I'll see you later.